Hi, I'm Chef Raphael, and this is Dishes Are Ajab. Today's recipe is ugali. I'm making ugali served with some greens, but I'm showing you how to make the Mbuzi Tumbukiza. Basically, this is my version, my take of how you can make a proper Tumbukiza. Basically, goat meat that has been cooked in some tomatoes, peppers, and it has a broth. Now, the broth is what is really nice, or the soup. That's a little bit of chili. Very delicious and super simple to make. Watch till the end and you see how simple it is, and hope you learn something new. Let's get cooking. Now today's ingredients, I have the goat here. It's already cut up. I've cut them into sizable chunks, with the bone, without the bone. Slightly chunky. You can cut it small if you like. Now that's the goat. You can also use beef, so long as you know that it's soft. This recipe will still go well with beef. Now for the vegetables that I have, I already cut them. This is about half a kilo of the meat, and the tomatoes is 1.5 large tomatoes, 2 large onions, and then half green pepper. Now the green pepper was big, so I cut it into half. Now the vegetables, to be honest, you can add more. It's always good, especially the onion. You can always have more of it. I also have ginger, blended ginger or pound ginger. You can use the whole one, the fresh one. That is. You can also use garlic if you don't have ginger, or you can even skip it. It's optional. I have coriander. This one I'll add it towards the end, and then I'm serving it with the ugali. Ugali, I'll prepare it separately. I've already done a video previously on how to prepare ugali, so you can check it out, and some greens. So now that all the ingredients are ready, all that is left is to start cooking. So let's go cook. So the first thing that I usually like doing whenever I'm cooking meat is to start with the meat. So the pan is hot, a little bit of the oil, and then place the meat, onion, together with the meat. And give it a little bit of a stir. So now you want to wait for the meat to start browning or evenly, or start cooking. I'm going to leave the lid off so that the water will evaporate. Whatever water that will start coming off from the meat will evaporate, because I want it kind of dry. So that's the first stage. So we'll wait for that. So now when you check on it, now this is good. It's already started like boiling. It's fine. And this would happen especially when you cover it. I had mentioned that you don't cover it, but now I've covered it, which is still okay. Meat is cooking evenly, and you can tell the meat is cooking by when the meat pulls off the bone. But at this point, I've already added the ginger slightly after it started cooking. Salt. You can also add some pepper if you prefer. Now at this stage, because the meat now, the piece that I tasted, the meat is tender, it's soft, it's nice. I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients, the peppers and tomatoes. Now I also have some chili. Now for chili, I'll show you what the trick would be, a good trick of doing this. Cut it into two. If you don't want a lot of chili, cut it into two. You can either remove the seeds or just leave it like that. If you want more chili, just slice it, because when you cut into two, I'll show you. So when you cut it like this, when you throw it in, you can always remove it, especially if you do not want a lot of chili. So I'm going to add a second one. like that. Stir. Then wait for the, especially the tomatoes to become soft and to cook through. And at this stage, you actually cover it. And while this is going on, I'm going to cook some greens and the ugali, so that when the meat is ready, the greens and the ugali will be cooked. It smells really nice. Now, at this stage, when the tomato is soft and cooked, fully cooked, add water. Now, this water is actually the one that will form the soup. People usually call it soup, can be the broth. Now, depending on how many servings, how many people you are, you can add, if this is maybe enough for about 3 people. That should be enough. Stir it. So once, again, this is the benefit of adding chili when it's whole, because you can still remove it, because you want it a little bit spicy. So what is missing here, what is left to be done, is adding coriander. And coriander, you can add it at the very last moment, and for this liquid to start boiling. And before that happens, I'll give it a taste. So it's spicy, nice and spicy. Add some salt. I'm going to add salt because it needs a little bit more salt, and it's a good idea to taste it now. So cover it and wait for it to boil. Then after this, I'll show you how to serve it. So now food is ready. Very nice. You can smell the chili. Now, this is what I wanted. I've already added the coriander, and I wanted it to have the broth, the soup. When it comes to serving, you can always add more water, like I said. So when serving, you can have the broth on the side. You can either use a cup. In this case, I'm using a bowl. It's nice and rich. It's still perfect if it's on a cup, so that you actually drink it. Ugali is ready. It's nice and delicious. What I usually like doing to ugali when I'm cooking, which is what I did also with this one, is I added a little bit of margarine when cooking, and it gives it a nicer flavor. And then now for the meat, I want it to be dry. Serve it on one side. There you have it. So this is again like Tumbukiza, but this is an improved version. It has more flavor. And that's it. Now the rest will be for the other serving. Just cover it. This is a complete meal. Greens are there. Now I've used spinach. You can use kale, whatever greens that you like. And now it's time to dig in. So I hope you've learned something new. This has been another episode of Dishes by Ajab. Today's dish is Mbuzi Tumbukiza. Basically, it's like boiled. The broth is on the side. I can't wait to dig in. Until next time, I'm signing out. Goodbye.